Hi, my name is Braden, or K3DW on the Twisty Puzzles forum, and today I would like to talk about my results of printing a puzzle in MJF from iMaterialize. So I got this version of my CaTSuP here printed in the Multi-Jet Fusion material from HP on iMaterialize. It is substantially cheaper than SLS, which is quite interesting, and it is, while it is still a nylon, it is a little different than the SLS puzzle right here. The pieces do seem to come out a tiny bit bigger. So on the SLS puzzle, there's a little bit of wiggle room for the pieces. On the MJF puzzle, there is not. So given that, the puzzle turns a little bit tighter, which is not actually a bad thing because it's a little bit loose on the CaTSuP. You can kind of flick this with one finger quite easily, which of course is a good thing. On here you can, but it's a little bit harder. This is the MJF puzzle right here. These bottom corners, they almost have as if there's stops about, there's one about right here and one about right here. Something must be catching or dragging along. It's not really catching, it's more like it's thicker when you get to this part. That doesn't happen on the MJF puzzle. On the MJF puzzle, these bottom corners turn flawlessly, absolutely flawlessly. I was worried at first that the MJF puzzle wouldn't be as good as the SLS puzzle, but it turns out that actually I like it a lot better, which is a good thing because it's also cheaper. Interestingly enough, iMaterialize did not let me buy this puzzle dyed. I had to dye it myself. It came gray. I have a puzzle. I have a picture posted up on the forum of this puzzle when it was gray. I had to dye it black, which is fine because I'm used to doing that with SLS. They came out. I think this one's a slight bit bluer. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but tiny little bit of blue. I don't know if it took to the dye as well as the SLS does. Yeah, but overall, it was a successful test. I think. I think at some point soon I can start selling some of my puzzles, hopefully. The surface finish, interestingly enough, it's not quite the same as the SLS surface finish. I think you can almost see, it looks like it's grainier, interestingly enough, but it doesn't feel grainier. It feels almost like it's a damp plastic, whereas the SLS plastic feels dry. Even though this is a dry plastic, right, there's no water on here, it still feels almost like it's damp, or as Dave Pitcher has commented, maybe there's a little bit of a rubber content to it, maybe that's what it feels like. Yeah, but otherwise these two are the same puzzle. They were printed from exactly the same file. Yes, so they can, as I said, they can both spin with one finger. They are both very good quality puzzles. I can't really think of anything else to say because I was expecting to do this and say a lot of negative things about this. But actually, I really like the MJF material. That might not be the case with my other puzzles, although I would think that it would be. A lot of my puzzles, when I make them, they end up being pretty loose, or they don't fit quite as well. So actually the MJF material might be a lot better for me. I know that Dave Pitcher has said that he prefers the SLS material, but I think the way I design my puzzles, this might even be better, because I am enjoying this CaTSuP a lot better than I enjoy this one. So yeah, this was the comparison between the SLS and MJF. I didn't really go into too much detail, but I'll just say that I do like the MJF better. So yeah, thank you very much.